How is our weekend going? Welcome in Hope. Welcome in Betsy. Hello over here as well. Hey Moon. Welcome in Miss Z. Thank you for the daily heart me. Welcome in Molly. Hello Portia. Hey Birdie. Kelly, thank you for liking the live. I promise, guys, we will get to questions just for the first couple minutes. We are boopity booping, trying to get this number to 2.5K. Then we get started with the fun stuffs. I'm kind of multitasking right now, just doing my technicals here, getting everything set up. Hi there, Servilia. Did everyone have a nice weekend so far? The fireworks didn't stop until so late. I was just lying in bed going, please stop, please stop. Our doggos did surprisingly well, though. I was happy about that. Welcome in, Ray. Moon. Samesies. Oh, there's some people over here. Hi. You can write stuff, and I'll talk to you. I'm doing 2 at once, so. Oh, there's a lot more now. You can write. Can I not see it? Or are they just not writing? I guess they're just lurking. But you can write stuff. Oh, okay. We're going to get started here. You guys over here, talking to you, not you guys, but talking to you guys, you can put questions in here. They don't have to necessarily be this. You can do simple yes, no questions over here, and I will answer them for you as best I can. All right, so little micro TED Talk over here. So obviously here is the menu, and here's the menu, if you would like. Please wait a full minute before reposting your question over here. This is to get your guys' account, not to get FILTERED. Nobody wants that. My no topics, both places, obviously. No pregnancy questions, health or legal, please. Ray, thank you. And as always, please be kind. There is only one of me. Sunday nights do tend to be a busy night, and there's usually 1 or 2 mods in here, sometimes 3. So let's get started. Hello, Alec. I'm good. How are you? Do you have a question? Hello, Trina Miller. Welcome. Do you have a question? Over here we do have a question. Mercedes would like to know, will Sis Sam break the no contact? Is she actually mad at herself? Is she mad at... I'm so confused. Okay. So Mercedes would like to know, will Mercedes' sister Sam break no contact? Ooh, maybe a little turn of events here. Is Sister Sam currently mad at themselves over what happened between Sam and Mercedes? Can you show me in a percentage how much they are mad with themselves? Okay, maybe we've had a little bit of time to reflect. I do get 6 out of 10 on that. Alec, what is my channel about? I use these copper dowsing rods to answer people's questions. They come in yes, no. So I'm forcing them to do this. If my rods move like this, that means a yes. If they move out towards my shoulder, that means a no. Ray over here would like to know, does Justin want to be with Ray? I'm assuming you mean in a romantic way. Show me percentage. I get that they are very interested. And we have a little list over here at Mr. B's Bakery. So I've got Shannon and then Deborah. I'll do Iris here real quick because I can get that done quickly. Iris would like to know, will Dom reach out to Iris on his own? Yes. Show me odds. I do get yes. Hello, Raina. For Shannon, question number 1. I do get extremely high odds. It is a yes. Question 2. Odds are good. They're not 100%, but they are sitting at a 7 out of 10 for your second question. And for Joanne, then I'll do Deborah. Joanne, does Joe want to be Joanne romantically? Ooh. Yes, show me in a percentage. I don't think you have to ask. It's a big yes. And for Deborah, hello, you guys over here. You are welcome to put a question in if you'd like to. A simple yes/no question. Oh, you all right? Did she just get a treat? She must have not chewed it. For Deborah, has Nelson been wondering what Jessica has been up to recently? That is a yes. Last night, Deborah asked if Nelson's sister likes Angela. Does Nelson's sister like Angela as a girlfriend to their younger brother? It's mixed. Show me in a percentage. It's mixed right at 50-50 on that one. So time is probably going to tell as we go further on if that really is truly a yes to that question, or maybe we were thinking so and maybe they end up changing their mind about it. And for Donna, is Brian starting to let his other partner know that he is not as happy as he pretends? Yes.
Come on.
It's looking like the true feelings are starting to poke through a little bit more.
Come on, yes.
And I'll do Felicia here, and then I've got Sophie over at Mr. V's Bakery. Felicia would like to know, will Kamar reach out at any point during this current month to Felicia? So there's communication between Felicia and Kamar before the end of July 2026. Show me odds. That is a yes. Queen, thank you. Thank you guys for the daily heart me's. Appreciate. Thank you for your boop boopity boops. And in both places, if I'm new to you and you like what I'm doing, please consider giving me a follow over here, or consider giving me a subscribe. They are free over here. And for Sophie would like to know, is Devin romantically interested in Sophie? That's a yes. Energy check. Devin towards Sophie. Remember, this is for today's energy. It's good. We're sitting at a 7.5 out of 10. And switching peeps up a little bit, Sophie would like to know, does Eric still think that they are going to get back together? Now, is this just what they want? Show me how much they want it. Eric wants that to happen. Show me Eric's realistic expectation that it will happen. It's still a high number, so the want is there like 100%. Their realistic thoughts about, is it really going to happen? That's a little bit lower, but still quite high, at also a 7.5 out of 10. You guys over here, you're allowed to ask questions too. You don't have to do this necessarily. You can put in a question that can be answered with a yes or no answer. For Cynthia here, and then over at Mr. V, I've got Deborah, then Aisa, and then Shannon. But for Cynthia, do we still see a love relationship between Cynthia and Mark? Yes. Show me odds. Very high, and he is, or she was just saying, he is shy. I do get yes. And please keep Kelly pinned. I'm going to kind of go back and forth. TJ, there is a list, but it's not too long. For Deborah, would Nelson's sister prefer Jessica over Angela? For Nelson, very much so. For Kelly, will Kelly get a job interview soon? Is there going to be a job interview coming up for Kelly soon? I do get a yes bonus for you within the next 60 days. For Aisha, specifically, That is a yes. Asia. Asia. Sorry. Melody, is Shun genuinely in love with Melody? I get a big yes on that, Melody. Thank you, the gambler. The gambler. I couldn't see the whole name. It only gives you part of it. For Shannon, I'm getting Wednesday and then also really high potential for something next weekend. And Nelise, thank you for the beautiful roses. Maria, thank you for the heart puff. Crystal, will Jacob make an effort to reconcile romantically with Crystal? Can you show me how much effort they're going to put in a percentage? Ooh, it looks like they are throwing their all at it. So I do get yes. For Joe, will Allison and Joe get back together and reconcile, save their marriage? Very high odds of that happening, yes. All right, let me check around here real quick. Just make sure I'm not neglecting anybody. Okay, so we have a bit of a list going on here over at Mrs. P's Bakery. So here's how it goes. We have Glenn, then we have Amanda, then we have Anna, and then Vivian. So I'll be going back and forth. Long time no see. Glad you found your way back. Or I found my way back to you. So I'm going to go back and forth with doing the pin and doing the list. Kelly would like to know, will Daniel and Kelly eventually be in a public romantic relationship? That is a yes. The public part is going to take more time, but that does eventually happen. And to start off this list for Glenn, so we're going to do energy checks first. Non-spicy. Okay, decent. I like it. We're looking at a 7.5 out of 10 on the non-spicy. What about the spicy? Higher at 9 out of 10 for spicy. As for your question, or Excuse me. Okay, so I do get that they are being honest. There was a certain point today where it looks like things were unavailable. It looks like they eventually received, and I'm getting a no for the final part of your question. So, not intentional is what I'm getting. And for your next question, the odds are very decent on both, but very much higher on the latter part of the second suggestion that you gave next. But potential for it to actually be the first suggestion, just odds are a heck of a lot better for the second one. Shelly, will Todd and Shelly be back to their friendship soon? Show me odds. I do get yes. You will be able to work whatever it was that you had going on out and be back to your friendship soon. Hello, you guys over here. All you guys right here. I am, in fact, live. If you would like to ask a question, you don't have to necessarily do these things. But if you have a question, and it can be answered in a yes-no format, feel free to ask. And Amanda is next. Okay, so I'm going to start typically with initial D, non-spicy first. Kind of a slow day. We are on the better side. It's over 5. We are looking at, that's a 5.5, in between 5.5 and a 6 out of 10. What about spicy? No problems there. We land on 9.5 out of 10. And as for the scale that you requested, ooh, 50-50 today. So we can't always be 100% of the time. Hello over here, H. And for Amanda, moving on to initial T, non-spicy first, please. Ooh. We end at about, it's like a 12 out of 10. It's not right in between, but definitely very high. What about spicy? That goes to my shoulder. And what about the scale between initial T? They settle upon 8.5 out of 10 on that one. So it's looking like initial T is the apparent winner, if you want to call it that. HHH, if you would like to try to ask a question, I'll try to do my best to give you an answer. It has to be a question that I'm able to give a yes or no answer to. And please be mindful of no pregnancy, health, or legal. And Anna is up next. Liush, thank you for the compliment. For Anna, energy checks. Red, non-spicy, red. Ooh, it's a good day. What about spicy? Red, spicy towards Athena. Surprising. So typically the spicy moves faster and typically goes a little bit higher, but I'm happy with this. The non-spicy actually moved higher. So very, very good. Yeah. So non-spicy, we are right in between the end of the rod and my shoulder. So it's like over 10 out of 10. And for the spicy, it slows down. I don't know if something happened around midday today because it was moving pretty fast till we got around midday. We do end up at about very close to 9 out of 10 on the spicy. So I don't know, just something to tuck into the back of your head. Portia, is Prince considering being committed to Portia soon? They are giving it a lot of thought, serious thought. So Portia, I get yes on that. And up next we have Vivian. Vivian would like to know, are Ralph's romantic affection and intentions towards Vivian sincere? Yes. Can you show me in a percentage? 100%. Oh, thank you, the real 21. Thank you for the fireworks. Liush, good morning to you, as well to you. Have a great day. Welcome in, Jen Light. Sorry, back to Vivian. So question number 1 was like 10 out of 10. And should Vivian genuinely continue to trust Ralph's feelings and intentions in their relationship? I do get yes on that. And Vivian would like to know, is Ralph happy being with Vivian as his partner? Can you show me in a percentage, please? Yeah, they're happy. I mean, we all have our ups and downs in relationships, but over like a median overall, they're very content, happy. And does Vivian at least give Ralph some level of happiness from Ralph's perspective? Yes. And energy check. Ralph towards Vivian for today's energy, please. Hey, slow and steady, but I say that wins the race. It ended up just like half an inch beyond the end of my rod, so I think that's great. Emily would like to know, will Tristan and Emily be in a committed relationship by the end of this current summer? Will Tristan and Emily be in a committed relationship? Does this committed relationship start before the end of summer of 2026? So saying before September 21st. Show me odds on that. Very high odds on that. Thank you guys for the boop boopity boops. They do help out a lot. I don't think you guys can boop boopity boop over here. I don't think that's the way it works. I'm still learning this side. And Kim is up next. Kim would like to know, are Kim and Frank going to have any communication with one another today? Kim and Frank having any communication with one another today? Show me odds. It's not completely no, but the odds are low. That's about 4 out of 10 on odds on that. And what about communication between Kim and Frank before the end of this upcoming week? That I get a strong yes for. So it's probably not going to happen today. Small chance it does. But it's looking better for this someday before the end of this upcoming week. Abdul, did Chioma feel happy conversing with Abdul today? Can you show me in a percentage? Overall, general, good. We're sitting at about a 6 out of 10. Okay, so we have a new little list forming over here at Mr. V's Bakery. As well as, so I do have one over here at the California Bakery. Tomasa is asking for a full read. So Tomasa, if you can make yourself known that you are the full read, thank you, Beach TPZ. And we'll start answering your questions for the full read. Zainina, does Frank have intentions of reaching out? Show me odds that they do this. Odds are very high. So Queen T is Tomasa, and you can go ahead and start asking your questions, and the mods and I will try to find you and pin your questions. Oh, over here. Welcome, Helena, or Helen. If you would like to ask a question, a simple yes, no, feel free to put it down there. JT, thank you for the heart me. Ooh, I think I saw her. Okay, got it. Tomasa would like to know, will initials BJ and Tomasa be in a committed relationship? Yes, show me odds. Very high odds for that. If so, when do you see us being together? So I like to start with what's going to happen first, dating, or instead of going right to like commitment or marriage, I prefer to ask where it's going to start. So for Tomasa and BJ, can you show me when they will be regularly going on dates with one another? Will that be before the end of third quarter? Will that be at any point during this current month? No. Will that be in August? Yes, first half of August. I do get a yes for first half of August, most likely to occur on a weekday. Weekday. So, best energetic date for them to start regularly dating one another. Is it between August 3rd and 7th? Between August 10th and 14th? Best energetic day, August 10th, 11th, 12th, crossing on the 12th, 13th, 14th, 12th, Wednesday, August 12th. Tomasa. Will initials BJ start taking Tomasa around family and friends? Does that happen in July? That's a no. Does that happen in August? Yeah. I think it's good, to wait a good amount of time before you, do kind of like formal introductions like that, because if it doesn't work out, then everybody's like, tell me the story, what happened? And like nobody wants to deal with that. So it's best to make sure that you're pretty serious about this before, at least with family, maybe a little faster with friends, because you're probably going to be, chattering about them. Lily Nilly, thank you for the cake slice. And Helen, thank you for the heart and the smiley. Is that in July? I'm assuming. 16th. I can just get confirmation, so I'm asking about the right time. Well, Tomasa and, okay, initials BJ, do they spend any part of the birthday on the 16th? I was like, oh, so the 16th or the 26th. So do they spend any part of July 16th in each other's company? Yes. Show me percentage of odds on that. I do get yes on that. So that is next Thursday. Yes. Just confirming. That is a yes. Oh, easy freezy. Nice to see you again. I don't understand what that means, Helen, over here. Sorry. For easy freezy. Currently? No? Okay. All right. So I am getting yes. And then I wanted to make sure, like, I know the answer was yes before, but I wanted to make sure. So, thank you. Thank you for the beautiful butterflies. I wanted to make sure that it was current. So I asked, is it currently going on? And it answered yes. I said, is it effective? And it answered no. I said, is it being done for the highest and best good of them? The answer was no. I said, is it going to have the desired intended outcome eventually? And the answer was no. So, I did also ask just to make sure that it wasn't themselves running something on themselves. I got no to that. Helen says they have a brand. Okay. Sherry, is Darren going to communicate with Sherry? I sent a text yesterday for the holiday. So is Darren going to respond to Sherry's text that was sent? Show me odds on that. Very high odds for within the next 24 hours. Easy freezy. Okay. I was just making sure, like, I crossed all my T's and dotted all my I's to make sure, like, don't read back on what happened in the past. This is current questions. Queen T, will initial BJ be more consistent with communication as they get closer to August, the month of August? Can you show me in a percentage the increase as we get closer to August? Now, I know this looks like a low number, but I'm asking for a percentage of increase. So if you take what you're getting right now and then you add another 40% on top of it, I will take that number. And Danielle, will Matt call to talk tonight? Is there any communication going to happen between Danielle and Matt tonight? Yes. Show me in a percentage, please. It's not 100%, but the odds are better for than not. We are sitting at about a 6 out of 10 for a percentage on that happening. And let me go to the list here. Where did I leave off? Okay, so here's the list over at Mr. V's Bakery. We have Michelle, then Sophie, then Sarah, and then a couple follow-ups for Sophie. So for Michelle, we're doing a spicy energy check. Matt towards Michelle for today's. Okay. It went directly to my shoulder. Did not take long. Annalise, thank you. So someone wants a timeline. Ooh. Hi, Isamu. Welcome in, buddy. Ooh, we don't. No. Don't walk on the laptop. Come on in. Just don't walk on the laptop. Thank you, buds. And to continue for Michelle. Will Michelle and Matt see each other again soon in person? Do they see each other again before the end of this current month? I do get yes on that. And is it the first half of the month that Michelle and Matt see each other, or the second half? I get yes for second half. Hey, smooth. Just passing through. Is it most likely going to occur on a weekday? Sorry, I pooped you. What about a weekend day? That's a no. But I didn't want it to poop him in the face again. So second half of July on a weekday. Thank you for the lovin's, buddy. What is the best energetic day for Michelle and Matt to see one another again? Sir, rude. Is it between July 13th and 17th? July 20th and 24th? What is the best day? The 20th? The 21st? Oh, hold on. Booped me. The 20th? The 21st? They're still going yes for the 21st. 22nd? 21st, 22nd. What about 23rd, 24th? 21st, 22nd. Very good odds. And for your question, does Matt have deeper feelings for Michelle, like other than just physical attraction? So they have genuine emotional love. So yes, it's not just a physical thing. They appreciate your personality, and they have genuine love for you as well. And for Jenny here, is Jenny going to get a new job soon? Show me odds. Next 30 days, next 60 days, next 90 days, somewhere within the 90-day range. Soon is subjective, I understand. Go to see my mom on my way. Okay, cool. And for Annalise, will Cameron and Annalise get back into a relationship together? Show me odds. Odds are not 100%, but they are good. We're sitting at about a 7.5 out of 10. And there's a little bit more, if so. So let's try to figure out the best date. Remember, we're pulling from today's energy. So will Annalise and Cameron, will they get back together in a relationship before the end of third quarter? I do get yes. Is it in July? No. August? No. September? Yes to September, first half of September, second half of September, most likely to occur on a weekday. Second half of September, most likely to occur on a weekday. For them to get into a relationship, best energetic day, does it fall between September 14th and 18th? September 21st and 25th? What is the best energetic day? September 21st, 22nd, crossing on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 22nd. Tuesday, September 22nd. And back to the list here for Sophie. Sophie would like to know, is Devin or Eric or being single a better option for Sophie's long-term happiness? So when it comes to the Sophie's long-term happiness, who is the best pick, or what is the best option here? Is it for Sophie to be in a relationship with Devin, Sophie to be in a relationship with Eric, Sophie to be single for a while? Show me odds on Devin. Odds on Devin are 4.5 out of 10. Odds on Eric, please. Higher at 6 out of 10. Sophie remaining single for a while. Best odds are for you to be single for a while. Obviously not forever, but we get 8.5 out of 10 on that. So they kind of go in order. Devin came in at the lowest. Eric was better. Single, best option. And Athena. Should Athena stay in the legal field? Wondering if I should stay or change careers. So for Athena's highest and best good and also personal happiness as well as financial success, would it be better for Athena to remain in the legal field or to change career fields? So should Athena stay in the legal field or change career fields? I'm getting it's better to stay. You might not necessarily need to stay in the same capacity, but within the general field of legal, the odds are giving me that's a better place for your happiness and also financial success. And Sarah is up next. Sarah would like to know, will Ethan put in the effort for Sarah and Ethan to be friends again? I do get yes. Can you show me in a percentage how hard Ethan will try for this? They make a good effort. We're sitting at about a 6 out of 10 for how much effort they will put in. Does Ethan have any romantic feelings for Sarah? Can you show me in a percentage how much of those feelings are romantic versus friendship? Romantic feelings? It's pretty much 50-50. Okay, Helena. And Sarah's third question. Does Ethan feel hurt by their current situation? Is there any emotions of hurt when it comes to Sarah and Ethan's current situation? Can you show me in a percentage how much Ethan feels any emotions of hurt? Okay, we're coming in at about a 4 out of 10 on that. Goddess, thank you. Sarah here would like to know, is initial EF going to reach out to Sarah before the end of this current week, before the end of today, or before the end of this current weekend, wherever they are in their specific time zones? Show me odds on communication before end of weekend. It's not null, it's not 0, but we are looking at lower odds at about a 3.5 out of 10 on communication before the end of this current weekend, wherever your time zone is. And a little bit of follow-up for Sophie. We're going to do a spicy scale, Devin towards Sophie. All right, so we're sitting at about 8.5 out of 10. And then we're going to do both non-spicy and spicy with Eric. So I'm going to start with the non-spicy, Eric towards Sophie for today's energy. We come in at about a 6.5 out of 10. What about spicy, Eric towards Sophie? That's 10 out of 10. Will Athena be finding a better job soon? That's a yes. Give it around the next 2 to 3 months, Athena. Next 2 to 3 months. Amy, did Jay mean it when Jay said that he doesn't have romantic feelings for Amy? So did Jay truly mean it when he said that Jay didn't have romantic feelings for Amy? Can you show me in a percentage how much romantic feelings Jay has for Amy? It's at a 5.5 out of 10. They might be feeling a little conflicted about whether or not they want to accept themselves that, yeah, I have feelings like this. So, or they maybe, I don't know if they're in the headspace of, I don't want a relationship right now, even if they do have feelings. I don't know where they are in their life, but time will probably tell with this one, as it typically does. And for Kesha would like to know, will Zach try to reconcile their connection? Can you show me in a percentage? In general, the answer is yes. The odds are not 100% on it, but we are sitting at about a 7 out of 10. So odds are better for than against. You're in the house and the sun will come back up here. Okay. Someone's talking with me over on the YT, but I'm not quite sure what they're trying to communicate. They're not asking me questions. They're just telling me stuff. And I'm like, okay. I think there might be a little bit of a language barrier there. But this is how it be when you're trying this out in a new place. Do you know how to teach my teacher? I do not know what your teacher teaches. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a list going on here over at Mrs. P's Bakery. I need a tea break, sorry. Okay, here is the list. Nope, I did that one. So the list is Kim and Raquel. TikTok is just tea. I appreciate the engagement, Helen, but I don't really understand what you're not asking any question that I could answer. You're giving me some interesting info, but I do thank you for the engagement. So for Kim, Kim would like to know, is there any communication between Frank and Kim before the end of today? Show me odds. We're sitting at like a 9.5 out of 10, so very high odds for communication today. What about any future communications going on this upcoming week, before the end of this upcoming week, between Frank and Kim? Show me odds on that. Okay, so also it looks like there's more than one communication that happens. Very good chance of one this evening, and or wherever you are before the end of today, wherever you are, as well as before the end of this upcoming week. Helen, I have given pointers to people on how to use these. Given pointers, I would not say I'm necessarily someone's teacher, and it only has to deal with these. Like, I'm not a teacher like at a school or anything like that. Well, I don't know. Occasionally we get students in, and then I do help them, but Raquel, I'm also on the YT trying to gain a presence there, and it just seems like there's one person that keeps communicating. They're just telling me stuff, but they're not asking any questions. Eventually I will need a mod over there to help, but there's only and they're not even in the room anymore. So I get this like spike in the beginning, and then what I'm mostly getting is trolls. The same thing happened when I started here. So you just kind of have to keep pushing, and you have to keep showing up, and then eventually you will find the people that are truly interested in you. Oh, nope, they came back. Okay. Oh, Raquel, it's you now. All right. So for Raquel, okay, question number 1. Is there going to be any future communication with Chad and Raquel that's going to happen within the next 3 days? What about the next 5 days? Within the next 5 days, I get a big old swing for that. 3, not so much. Has Chad been thinking of Raquel at all today? A lot. Ooh, a lot. Are they working? Or are they ooh, it's volatile. Okay, it's volatile. What about percentage on them working? Half, 0.5? And Raquel would like to know, will Amy move back to Amy's mom's place? Show me odds. Thank you. That's looking like that's in play. So that's a yes. Does Chad go with them? I get a no for Chad going with them. Show me odds that Chad goes with Amy. They won't touch. They did move, the one rod did move towards the other one, but they won't. There's about an inch apart. So it doesn't even register for that. When will Amy be moving? When will Amy start? Let's go with, when will Amy be settled in back at Amy's mom's place? I don't want to do start, because if they're just taking a couple boxes or something. So when will Amy be settled in back into Amy's mom's place? Is it in the month of July? Is it in the month of August? Is it in the month of September? September. First half of September. First half, yes. On a weekday. On a weekday. So let's look. Oop, too far. Best energetic day for Amy to be settled and moved back in with Amy's mom. Is it between September 1st and 4th? Between September 7th and 11th? Best energetic day, is it September 7th, 8th, 9th, September 9th, 10th, 11th, 9th, Wednesday, September 9th. And has Chad physically spoken the words out to Amy that Chad wants to separate? What about, has Chad physically said the words that Chad wants a divorce from Amy? That is a yes. Now, has Chad told Amy, oh, has he asked and told her? Oh, that's a yes. Is there any true love that still remains between Chad and Amy? Let's go with from the perspective of Chad's point of view. Does Chad have any true love left for Amy? If so, can you show me in a percentage, please? There's a teensy bit. It's a 2 out of 10, but I kind of think when you spend time with another person, like a long amount of time, and you have a serious relationship with them, I always think there's like this little bit of residual, unless it's really, really unhealthy. Talking about things that you would be like talking to a therapist about. If it was, I gotta be careful with the words that I use on the TikTok. And Amy still has quite a bit of feelings for Chad. It's low. Obviously, they are not getting along. So, but hers is a little bit higher towards him, and it's sitting at about a 3.5 out of 10. Always seems like I want to make it so that you guys can like see the rod, but it's really hard to see the very end of them without me coming out of frame. And energy checks, non-spicy. Ooh. We're sitting at like a 10.5 non-spicy. What about spicy? Not quite to my shoulder. Where are we? We're about an inch away from my shoulder. And you're welcome. Someone was just pinned, and of course, Angela. Is Miguel regretting talking to another female romantically? Does Miguel have any feelings of regret when it comes to talking to another female romantically? Yes, can you show me in a percentage how much regretting that? 9 out of 10 for regret. And we are are coming up. It just turned 8. So what I'm going to do, Maureen, thank you for the heart puff. And thank you guys for the boop boopity boops. Also, if you guys like what I'm doing and you genuinely would like to see more of me, I don't want fake engagement, please consider giving me a follow. I want to find my peoples. So we're going to keep the list open for, let's say, let me take a peekaboo around and see. Bear with me a second. There we go. Ah, okay. I gotta look at my phone for a second. What? Gosh darn it. Okay, so I'm looking here. Okay, so I'm only going to leave the list open for another 3 minutes because the list is quite long over at Mr. V's, but I want to give you the opportunity if you want to get a definite answer to your question before the live is over. Here's the menu. Please be mindful of the no topics. So list is open for another 3 minutes. If you get in before then, you will get a definite answer. I will not leave the live until everyone that has sent to a bakery is answered. Okay. This next one, and this is for Kennedy. Question number 1. Okay. So what I'm getting is that for what you suggested first, it's a yes. What you suggested second, it's a no. But sometimes there is a reason that we need to have a relationship with somebody. There's something to be experienced, learned between one or both people. So don't discount the various different relationships. But to answer your question, it's a yes to the first part and a no to the second part. Helen knows who Mr. B is, but I'm saying Mr. V, not B. Sorry, I'm just chatting with Helen, who keeps, she's over on my, oh, no. Shannon would like energy checks both ways. Show me initial D, non-spicy towards Shannon for today in a percentage, 9 out of 10. What about spicy? Ooh. Is that where it, nope, it does land on my shoulder. It bounced a little bit, but it went back to my shoulder. Birdie would like to know, should Birdie tell Nick that Birdie knows he is the one who has been, talking badly about Birdie? So would Birdie have any advantage in telling Nick that Birdie knows that Nick is the one that has been talking badly? Show me in a percentage the benefit of doing this would be. Got to make a decision. The benefit kind of outweighs. So when it comes to benefit, we're sitting just at about a 6 out of 10. But that other 4 out of 10, that's potential not happy stuff. Better odds, but so you're going to have to make a decision about that. Would it be in Birdie's highest and best good when it comes to this situation to wait before making a decision? How long should Birdie wait? 3 days? 5 days? 6 days? 7 days? Give it 7 days. Is something significant that would influence Birdie's decision happen between now and the next 7 days? It's up to you, of course, free will. But rods are kind of saying, just sit with it for 7 days. And for Carla. Carla would like to know, does Pierre think romantically about Carla? Ooh, that was fast. Can you show me in a percentage? We are sitting at an 8.5 out of 10 for that. Will Carla and Pierre meet again at some point? I do get yes. Very high odds on that. And Carla would like to know, will it be more profitable to focus on short form versus long form content? So should Carla focus on short form or focus on long form? Odds on short form. What about long? Long is significant. You would probably have success with both. Maybe do still put some short form out there. But it's looking like right now you're going to have better success with long form. And next up is Initial V. Oh, okay. Okay, so there was already a meeting, a meetup, or you guys saw one another. On Saturday. But Initial V would like to know, will V be seeing Izzy this upcoming Tuesday? Will they see one another? Odds on that, please. Huge yes on that. Huge yes for you guys seeing one another on this upcoming Tuesday. Helen, I don't need to know. Some things don't belong on the internet. At least they're an amusing troll. Marielle is next. Question number 1 for Marielle. Hmm. Okay, so for your question number one, I do get yes, they realize that they are doing that. It's not desirable from their point of view, but it is because of pretty much everything that you mentioned. They don't intend for this to be something where they are like this is going to go on. They do intend to come back. Um, that is their intention. And question two. So I get that there are going to be some things that they are happy about with question number two, but also some things that they're not so thrilled about. But I do get that they get more of what they were looking for than not. So when it comes to happiness, after we find out what's going on, we are sitting at about a 7 out of 10. So this one's a tough question. The answer is yes, but can you be psychic about it? That's the hard part. So it's hard to know when someone needs it because they want it when they want it, and then they don't want it when they don't want it. Oh, way to make it simple, right? Um, so perhaps doing a little bit on your own, and then also perhaps just let me ask. Okay, so as long as you're not doing this too often, but I asked if you were to say, on your phone and ask, is it a good time or maybe later? Just something real simple like that. But don't do it too often because then they might feel. I get that they would be appreciative of that. Um, so yeah, you just can't overdo it by like, now, how about now, 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 now. You don't want to do that. And question four. If you take away. Okay. So I asked if you take away the current unhappy situations that have to be gone through, if you take that away, how happy is person with you and your personal situation? And the answer is very happy. So I don't think that a lot of it, it's just waiting for the time to pass. And I'm getting that it's going to be around fourth quarter, early fourth quarter. But there's still some more waiting period And my hope is that things slowly, as we get closer to fourth period, things are slowly resolved. Like maybe one little thing over here gets, ironed out. And that just keeps snowballing until finally, All right, and thank you to all my patient people that have been waiting over at Mr. B's Bakery. So let me find my place. Oh, I'm having to scroll back. Okay, found my place. So here is the list for Mr. B. So we have Cassandra, Shannon, Sophie, Allie, Sophie, Allie. So starting with Cassandra. Oh yes, please do keep me updated. I love it when people let me know when the rods hit it just right. I also like for people to let me know when the rods get it wrong, because how else am I supposed to learn and get better if I'm not told when something isn't hitting, if it's way off. So we're going to do some energy checks, non-spicy, Joey towards Cassandra for today. Ooh, good day. So it was right in the middle between the end of my rod and my shoulder for non-spicy. What about spicy? Bounced off the shoulder. And question one, I should say. That is looking like a yes. So I'm getting yes, but I don't think I think it's just a person. I don't think it's someone that they have interest in. Yeah, so I'm getting that there's someone else, but it's not anybody that there is interest there. And for Shannon. Question number one. Yeah, that does not set well with them. Honestly, I kind of thought, of course, this is just my perspective, but I kind of figured it would be nicer to be away while that happens, but oh, okay. Fur baby. this is definitely something that's on their mind, like 8.5 out of 10 on that second question, Shannon. So, yeah. For Sophie, Darlene, thank you for the crown. Sophie would like to know, is Sophie's sister jealous of Sophie? Ooh, by how much? Okay. It's right in the middle, 5 out of 10. Looks like it's been this way for a while. But I'm not getting since like childhood. Does Sophie's sister secretly hope that Sophie fails? Is that the jealousy speaking? Yeah. So I do get yes on that. It's is the reason that Sophie's sister tries to put Sophie down when around other people, is that part of the jealousy as well? Yep. Yes, very much so. And it's really unfortunate when it's a family member, because with a friend you can just be like, bye-bye, but with family it can be a bye-bye situation, but it's it can be a little more difficult. Does Sophie's sister realize how all this is making Sophie feel? Is Sophie's sister too caught up in her own emotions? Yes. So does Sophie's sister realizes that she is treating Sophie badly? Not really. Caught up in that jelly, which is making them, it's just kind of like fuel. Helen is now posting about Sophie is great. Okay. For Allie, Sophie, I realize that you have a few more questions, but Allie is in between here. Allie would like an energy check. Nick towards Allie for today's energy, please. It's good. It's a 7.5 out of 10. And will Allie and Nick, will they be dating at any point during this current summer season? 1 date? 2 dates? Multiple? Okay, so it's not just a 1 or 2 date situation. It looks like you guys are dating. Summer of love. And back to Sophie. Sophie would like to know, was Eric lying when Eric said he doesn't remember saving the photo that Sophie got mad at him over? So was Eric lying when he said he doesn't remember saving the photo? Yeah. How much of a percentage was that of a fib? Okay. Yeah, they were fibbing fibbing outright on that one. And how much regret does Eric have saving the photo that Sophie got mad over? in a scale, like a percentage, please. So how much emotion does Eric have regret? Now I want to ask it this question. So we're getting a 5 out of 10 here. How much regret does Eric have that Eric got caught? That's high. How much regret does Eric genuinely have about saving the photo? They were kind of giving me a blend for when I first asked, but I was like, no, I want to be more specific. So regretting taking the photo, technically, yes, but it's sitting at like a 3.5 out of 10 for genuine regret about saving. How much did they regret being caught? Of course, absolutely. 10 out of 10. I keep saying all the time, you are a teacher. Helen has a question. Helen, who's been watching the entire live over from the YT side. Helen wants to know, is Helen a good person in general? You do get yes. Helen finally asked the question. I hope you heard it, Helen. All right, and for Allie, and for the rest of you out there, other than Allie, when it comes to the California Bakery and the Mrs. P's Bakery, if I haven't responded to you and you were on the list, please let me know. I sent for an energy for Nick. Can I do non-spicy and spicy? Okay. So for non-spicy, Nick towards Allie for today's energy. That's decent. That's 8 out of 10. What about spicy? Nick towards Allie. And we're a little bit lower on the spicy, which is unusual. So we are at a 6.5 out of 10 on that. So I do believe, oh no, there's actually a quick one for Kesha that came in recently. Kesha would like to know, does Zach want to be with Kesha? Can you show me in a percentage? Yeah, it's high. It's like 9.5 out of 10. It's up there. And looks like there is... Oh, Kennedy did not hear their question and answer. So, Kennedy, are you talking about the most recent one that you sent in? The one that has to do with somebody whose name starts with the initial A? Looking for Kennedy. You're welcome, Allie. Looking for Kennedy. They did not hear their question. Is Kennedy in the chat? Is Kennedy in the chat? I don't think Kennedy is in the chat. I wonder. Can I send them? No. Shoot. It's always on the one where I can't reply. Okay. Well, I will just hope that Kennedy pops back in. I've had this happen before. Usually they pop back in the next time I'm live, and then I can get to them, but at least I know who to look for, and maybe I can from my phone, and I'll just give them the answer that way. Okay. Thank you guys so much for participating. Thank you, mods. Thank you. For staying late yet again. I appreciate you guys so much. So everybody have a wonderful evening. I'll be back tomorrow doing the 1 hour public live and then the 30-minute super fans. So have a great evening. Take care. See you tomorrow.